I think I've put it off long enough. It's time to start working on the Duramax. I love this truck too much for it to sit here and waste away. So I've been doing a ton of research, trying to talk to as many people as possible to get some insight on our issue. And a lot of y'all, including myself, were leaning towards it being an injector issue. Now, after talking to a lot of people that are a lot more knowledgeable with diesels than me, I don't think we have an injector problem. I know that's a common thing in the diesel world, but not necessarily in the LBZ world. It totally could be an injector problem after all. But as of now, we're going in the direction of it being a different issue, and we got to get in the basement because I'm gonna have to be working on this thing at night, and that ain't gonna happen out here. So we got to do one last oil change. Oh. Bro, what the heck? I just had to do that. Why? Drain! Nice. Well, you can kind of see. Yeah. Is it diesel fuel or is it new oil? It's both. So this is going to be our first way of checking my hunch. So as you see, she's barely dripping, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cut the truck on, just powering on the lift pump. And let's see what happens. So it's been about 7 minutes since I started filming. I feel like it's dripping quicker, however, I can't confirm it. I'll put it side by side in the edit. If it is dripping quicker, that means we're getting fuel in our engine currently, which would confirm my thoughts. However, it might not be. Bro, holy crap, where is it? Jeez. So you're telling me these rich guys can fly a private jet everywhere? 2 of them, right there. We can't delete our diesels? You telling me that's all right? Unreal. Got the whole change done. I'm gonna go ahead and put the jump pack on this battery, leave the battery charger over there, and let's see if this bad girl will crank up. This thing's been on the charger for like 2 days now, so it better crank up. Had to go take her for a little spin, let her warm up, get me a Monsty. God, it felt good driving this thing. She sounds so freaking good. I'm over the big tip though. We got to ditch it, or we got to axle dump it. I'm over it. Didn't mean to run that chair over. It's probably destroyed. So our garage doors are 7 foot tall exactly, and this truck is quite a few inches taller than that, but thankfully no one bought the wheels and tires that this thing came on, so I'm thinking we can slap these babies on, and they're 16-inch wheels, so even if we have to let all the air out of the tires in order for it to pancake down, that should probably gain us a solid 8 inches of drop. Should get us inside. The only thing that's going to be pretty annoying is if these do not stick out far enough, and we have to take our wheel lights off because they are for 20-inch and bigger, I do believe. Only good thing is we do have the 1-inch spacers up front, so maybe they will clear. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and swap them out, and then we'll see what we're working with. Once again, in some really bizarre way, I don't hate it. It did not drop the truck much at all. Maybe like an inch or two. So yeah, we're about to have to pull the air out for sure. But first, we want to go ahead and try to see what I have a hunch is what caused our problem. That being this guy right here. We already tested it. I was thinking I was going to be able to key on and it was going to be pumping fuel potentially in real time into the engine, because after a lot of people gave me some feedback, I feel like the possibility of this being preset to a way too high of fuel pressure for the Duramax, which I think is the lowest of the diesel trucks, is a high possibility, and that possibly pushed the seal on our CP3, which is what's causing fuel to go directly into our engine. Went ahead and pulled our lift pump out just so we can install this pressure gauge a little bit easier, because on the 5G mounted like I have it, the fitting's on the back side. There's a little plug right here. We're gonna pull that out, slap this in there, see what this thing's reading. Let's just try to spin it. There we go. That'll be easy to see right there. I did end up having to relocate it to the inside of the frame rail because our pressure gauge was going to hit that wire loom right there. So wasn't going to work, but no big deal. Thankfully, I did have some extra fuel lines from the install where I didn't use. And so I had to redo the return line to the tank. Lines are all good. And then our pressure gauge is right there, which is actually pretty easy to see. So I'm gonna go grab some lunch, let that seal up for a while longer, and then we're gonna key on and see what she shows. That worked better than I expected. I was not expecting it to read that low. That's actually lower than it should be reading if that gauge is actually accurate. I'm assuming it is. Let's go ahead and just do a little injector check real quick, see what they're currently showing. So not crazy at all. I mean, that 3.56, it's a little high, but not outlandish. I was really thinking we were going to be pumping way too much PSI. And that was going to be the reason with the CP3 potentially dumping fuel into the oil. But as y'all see, we got literally absolutely no blow by. We got a little squeaky belt, but the truck is running beautifully. Well, after driving to the second gas station, because the first one was out of diesel for some reason, we thankfully made it here, and we're going to fill up some, and then we're going to go out and test our fuel rail pressure just for the heck of it. I should have done it before I put it in the basement, but oh well. Ended up having to put the 3-inch spacers from the rear on the front so that I could clear the brake lights, and then the back ones I've hooked up where I could easily just take them off. So I took those off, no spacers on the back, 3-inch on the front. We getting diesel, and we're gonna just, go give her the sauce and see how she acts, and maybe that'll lead us to some more information about our issue. But so far, it's been kind of a swing and a miss. All right, so on cold start, it was at like 5,500 desired and actual. Once this thing wakes up, you'll see. Now that we're all warmed up, we're right there, all over it. Go this way. Couldn't watch it the whole time, but it looked consistent to me. Fully up to temp. Idling. Man, they look awesome. Let's go ahead and do one last look at our pressure gauge. Well, that's a little concerning. Oh, Miss Rennie Gale. Well, guys, I honestly thought we were going to have some verified issues today, but now we, I guess, still have unverified issues. So I was really thinking that our lift pump was going to be overpowering, like a lot of people commented, but that also would be a little weird because we do still have our factory fuel filter and housing, so it'd have to be pumping too much through this to our CP3, which I don't know if that's possible. Maybe people were thinking that I had that deleted and it was straight from the lift pump to the CP3, and that could potentially have pushed our seals out or whatever the case. Injectors all looked good, balance rates, desired fuel rail pressure versus actual fuel rail pressure. As far as what I saw, I haven't edited or looked back at the footage, seemed spot on. Our lift pump, obviously, if that gauge is correct, it's not pumping too much. I got it to work. There's a little nipple on the end that said to cut that off after installation. It's like a little breather thing. It is got a little thing of fluid dripping off of where we at. So I don't know if it's going to start leaking now or what, but it's popping up. It's showing like 8 PSI. Now that we've driven the truck and I did that, it's like 8 PSI, which is low. But I know these Duramaxes do not want over 12 is what I think I've researched. 10 to 12 PSI is about the max. What else? Obviously, we got fresh oil in there. It's at the right level. I haven't driven enough for it to be making oil unless it does it while it's sitting, which I am going to park it and wait for this video to upload to see if anyone caught anything or has any better information. But I don't know. Talking to Jacob, I'm guessing that our CP3 is just took a dookie as far as the seals go, but it's still working properly. Because something would be up, dude. Something would be up. If it was our injectors, I feel like we would have some crazy balance rates and probably wouldn't have everything working perfectly. Same for the CP3. I don't freaking know, man. I don't freaking know. I know injectors, all right there. Got to move all that crap to get out, and it's going to be like $5,000. CP3, she's right there, and that's like $1,200. Got to move all of this front crap. Next step, I guess, is either freaking take it to a diesel mechanic or just start throwing the book at her, which really is just CP3 or injectors. Drop a comment if you have any insight. Other than that, I don't freaking know. I'm gonna go park this truck, see if it starts making fuel while it's sitting, and if it doesn't in the next couple days, maybe I'll start just driving it and see if it starts adding. Now we 100% have verified our oil level is perfect. I'll pull it right now. To end the video off, we're just gonna keep this rolling. I'm gonna pull it. We're gonna verify it is beautiful and correct. And we're gonna end it off there. and we'll see if she starts making oil in the next couple days. So there she is. As you see, it is perfect right here on the full line. We are good. So yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Definitely leave a like if you did enjoy this all over the place video. Comment down below if you got any insight. Leave I already said that. Subscribe, turn on bell notifications. I'll see you on the next video. All right, so bonus footage for those that want to see what comes out of the oil filter. So there's our freaking oil and fuel. I know some people still don't think it's fuel. All right, here's all your drip drips. So we'll let those sit because everybody wanted to see the halo test. Touch the dipstick on right here. And then those are our spots that we dripped from in here. I don't know what to tell you. Is that a halo? Is it not? I don't freaking know. I just know that that's green, brother.